Hey, it's me. A wild kitty appeared, and today I am redoing the Seduce series. Well, I've only done 2 episodes, but the reason why I'm going back to the first one is because basically I was not that big on the audio in this, mostly my voice, like everything else was fine, it's just that I was peaking a lot. So I decided, now that I have a new microphone, I'm going to redo the series. So yes, I have a new mic, so I should sound a whole lot better. I've tested it out, and I sound a whole lot better. And yeah, for anyone who's interested, I have the Snowball Ice Blue, I think it's called. I'll put a picture of it here, but anyways, let's get on with the game. This is a fictional interactive narrative. Any character that resembles real-life people are purely coincidental. Also, please note that the following game is made for PG audiences. Please note that sexual/violent themes will be explored in this game. Trigger warnings: abuse, applied rape, and suicide. You have been warned. Please enjoy.
Why, hello. My, aren't you a gorgeous sight? Can I be honored enough to know your name?
Well, Eric, I think you know my name by now, but I'll let you know. My name is Katie.
A lovely name for a lovely person like you. Wonderful.
Thank you, Eric, I think. Yeah. Again, of course, since I played this game before, I know who's talking at this moment. So yes, this is Eric. But we don't meet him we're probably not going to meet him until episode 3. But yeah, anyways. Also, side note, did you know that my name, Katie, actually means pure? Yeah, interesting, eh?
Eric, do your job.
And that would be James talking.
Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by Ren'Py Visual Novel Engine. We truly hope you'll enjoy this story. I know I'll enjoy it, since you'll be in it.
Alright, Eric. Alright. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy this series, and anyways, let's get on with it.
Eric.
Yes, Eric.
Fine. Farewell, my sweet.
Somewhere.
Come on! Is that all you got?
I think that's Sam who's talking? I'm not too sure.
Wanna try me, asshole? Crap! Missed.
Let's retreat for now.
No kidding. Let's get out of here.
That's right. You better run, you stupid punks! Stay out of our territory!
Call it fate or call it coincidence. That moment of violence started a chain of events I will never forget.
This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field of financial theory. It is used to calculate the price of European-style options and is widely used by option marketers, though there are some discrepancies that are now corrected with the modern viewpoint.
Rain. It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here. But it is the season for rainy weather, so it's not exactly surprising. So yeah, this is not based in Scotland, because pretty much rainy season is every season for us. Personally, I love the sound of it. The way the raindrops fall, it's like tapping of fingers. It's so soothing, even looking at the droplets hitting the glass of the window is strangely calming. For this reason, I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window, though I did spend more time staring out than I did paying attention in class. And yet again, you are the main character, so obviously you're going to be sitting in the back. Like, for when I was in high school, I was either at the front or the middle, never the back. I don't know. Probably was an important main character. The lectures in this class were pretty boring. Mrs. Phillips' voice wasn't I cannot pronounce this word, but anyways, I just wasn't interested in what she was saying. And since it was the period before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things in my free time. Oh girl, do I know the feeling. Honestly, I didn't really care for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class, but it was only because I read the textbook and did my assignments as I had to. I was only taking this class because it was mandatory. If it were up to me, I'd probably taken another course. Luckily, it was my senior year, so after this semester, it would mean the end of high school courses forever. Thank God for that! Oh yes, I feel you, girl. I haven't been in high school in years, and I'm so happy I can wake up in the mornings and go, I don't have to go to high school. I didn't hate high school. It was just kind of mundane. How the days drift on, as if there was no end to it. The only thing I enjoyed about going to school was meeting my friends and hanging out with them, and that was kind of it. Same. In short, I was done with high school, and the start of the second semester brought a note of finality to it. I've already applied to many universities the semester prior, and I was expecting replies sometime in the next few months. It seemed like the start of something new. Something that would change. I would make a High School Musical reference right now, but I'm not gonna. That is, if things could change. I stared at the thin outline of the raindrops in the distance. For now, I was stuck in this class.
Miss Anderson.
Yes, miss. Mrs. Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought. Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher. Hopefully she didn't pick on me just because she noticed I was spacing out. Yes, miss?
Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard?
Oh, I think I read this in a textbook last night. It should be the Black Shore model formula.
Very good as always, Miss Anderson.
Anderson. It followed me wherever I went. Most people didn't even know me by my first name, but rather my surname. No doubt, since the surname was a trademark of the internationally famous and philanthropic, I think that's how you pronounce it, Anderson Family Toys, and because of the founder is my very own grandfather. Suzu, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly punched me in the shoulder. Ow!
Kick ass, girl.
Thank you, Suzu. From beside me, I heard Naomi, one of my other best friends, clearing her throat, obviously in disapproval of Suzu's choice of words.
She means good job.
Yes, Naomi. I don't need a translator. I pretty much know what Suzu meant.
Miss Capini.
Oi.
Sorry, I just love that line.
Care to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
Some guys named Black and Shoals.
Shoals, that's how you pronounce it. Got it.
Fisher Black and Myron Shoals.
Well, Suzu was half right?
Very good, Miss Patterson.
Show off.
Yeah, I have to agree. Show off.
Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched in her chair as Naomi gave a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up.
That's the end of today's lecture. Now, let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to the line with mine. And when we turned into the Three Musketeers. One for... It's something... Oh god, have I seriously forgotten the motto? I can't remember the motto right now. Yikes. All for one and one for all. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Whenever the teacher let the students decide on groups, we would always group up together. Our little trio. It was a sure sheik of luck that we would all manage to be in the same class, so that we at least had the opportunity to stick together as much as we could. I really wish I had that much luck in high school. Well, I mean, I had one of my friends in a few of my classes, like just one friend. And then I had one of my other friends in one class. Yeah, those are probably a reason why we weren't in the same class. Our teacher did not like us. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than, say, compared to being around the other classmates. It was just made sense for us to put our heads together for this kind of project. I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it up and into the 3 desks. We were pretty much finished with filling out most of the guidelines for the project, so we still had to add a few finishing touches here and there. After working on the poster to make it prettier, we sat back and expected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look at any issues. She lightly tapped her pencil against her chin, staring tensely at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor. What else do we need?
Suzu straightened up and looked at the poster, stroked her chin, and after a few seconds her face brightened and she spoke up.
How about a company name?
Oh, we forgot that, didn't we?
Huh? Did we really skip over that?
See, when it came to projects like these, I would think of the name would, to me, would be the first priority, but that's just me.
Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff that you completely skip over the fact we need a name for our projects.
Yeah, Naomi.
At least we caught it this time. What do we name it?
Not sure. What do you think?
It always came down to me whenever there was something to be named or titled. I was the master and ending decision, even though when I didn't want to be.
I like Trinity Corporations.
That sounds lame.
That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company?
I like that.
What do dragons have to do with our project?
What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot.
But our company sells bubblegum.
Who said we can't produce spicy bubblegum?
A lot of people, because that just sounds disgusting. Which I have figured out is actually a thing. Again, I don't know why you would continuously want something spicy in your mouth, but okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. What do you think?
Both of them looked at me expectantly. Even though I wasn't quite sure myself, I didn't really want to choose sides. But if it were up to me, I would say... Now, I'm sorry, Naomi, but I have to go with Suzu here. I like Dragon Company.
Booyah! Dragon Company it is!
Alright, now that we've decided on a name, now what?
As we ended our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts. Huh? Who was that?
Ignore it. It's just Lisette.
I looked over my shoulder to see her laughing with her circle of friends, mostly comprised of the popular people who were practically friends with everyone in the school. As a result, everyone in school knew them. In the center of it all was Lizette White. She sat with a posture to indicate she's still working, and that she could also be casually ready to chat about her day. She had the alluring balance of charisma and awkward, which was really apparent from when she first talked to someone. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite the comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not that she was a robot or anything, but she's basically the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lizette was bright, easygoing, and above all, her future was laid out in front of her. Unlike the average student, she knew exactly what she wanted to do after high school, and as a result, she is confident and ambitious, though sometimes it can rub a lot of people the wrong way. Moreover, I've known her ever since I was young, but ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continues today. Of course, my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her.
She doesn't even look like she's working, in my opinion.
She probably is, but she's too much of a stuck-up priss to allow herself to look like she's actually doing work.
Oh, come on, Suzu. She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be.
The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind. It's about time. Let's bail.
Whew. Unsurprisingly, Suzu was the first out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease and quickly strolled out the door.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
I don't know, maybe she's Sonic, secretly. I don't know. Again, with me, I was always last in class because I was so slow getting everything ready. You and me both, Naomi. She gave me a smile, as relieved by the fact that I felt the same way she did.
See? Why can't she just be normal like the two of us?
Naomi, I'm anything but normal, I'm just saying. It's Suzu, Naomi, think about it.
Very true.
Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what?
Yeah, coming.
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
I have to admit I was spacing out, but just because I answered one question doesn't make me automatically the valedictorian.
Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson.
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom. And never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
Despite this, they both burst into laughter. Normally, anyone would think that opposites like them wouldn't associate with each other, but even though they were different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. Well, yeah, opposites attract. Maybe it was just perfect compliments, and their personalities just didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we three have been best friends since preschool.
Alright, so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
I think after hearing about the spicy chewing gum, I'm not so hungry anymore. I'm good.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
Yes, I wonder who.
Me? I would pay good money to get a taste of it.
You do like spicy food after all. We entered the cafeteria with bustling, filled with aroma of different kinds of foods. As we got in line, we ordered our meals and chatted freely.
Cajun fries and the spicy chicken burger for me. That's my definition of a good meal.
I'll take a tuna sandwich and some juice. You're probably going to need water or something to curb all that spicy flavor, Suzu.
I hear water's not so good with spicy food. And that's just a myth. I don't know. Maybe someone lied to me. I don't know. I don't really eat a lot of spicy food, but
I can't be tamed by the likes of that. If it's spicy, then it's gotta be all or nothing.
You're crazy!
Yeah, Suzu, you crazy. But that's what I like about you.
Hell yeah, I'm crazy.
I think I'm getting a migraine.
I think I'll go with... I'm gonna be going with... Again, I'm not too fussed on spicy food. There are some spicy foods I like and I can do. And then there's what Naomi's having, which is a sandwich. So I'm gonna go with mac and cheese and a soda. That sounds good. Once we got our food, we settled down at one of the empty tables, putting our backpacks aside and finally digging into our food. Susan leaned to the back of the chair, tilting it back so she could rest her feet on the table by her food.
All right then. Is there anything we want to talk about?
Bored already?
I know. Let's talk about...
Say boys and I will never speak to you ever again.
Aw, why not?
What's so interesting about talking about guys? It's not like any of us are gonna get boyfriends anytime soon.
Well, I mean, this is a Otome game, which most likely I'm gonna be the one that gets the boyfriends, and you guys unfortunately will get nobody, which is kind of a shame. But yeah, that's pretty much how these dating sims go.
We don't know that. What if one of us does get a boyfriend?
Like that's going to happen, Naomi. Look at us. I'm a tiny Italian. You're a ditzy blonde.
Hey!
No offense. And Anderson here. Well, I guess she could land a boyfriend or girlfriend if she wants.
So yes, it's basically the game's way of telling you that you can date guys and girls. So basically, my plan is that I'm going to first date 5 of the 5 main guys, and then might date the 6th guy. I'm not too sure. And then there's 3 girls we can date. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Or girlfriend?
She can be a lesbian if she wants.
I could also be bisexual. That is a thing too.
True.
That's okay, Suzu. I'm not sure I want a boyfriend yet.
Why not? It's our senior year. Might as well get a boyfriend.
Nah.
Maybe she's just not interested in a relationship, Suzu.
Yeah, that could be a thing, Suzu. Well, it wasn't really about wanting a relationship, more that there was nobody interesting enough to be in a relationship with. I hear that. Don't get me wrong, I'm an open person, but there's not many interesting guys in the school to go out with. Who knows? Time will tell. Naomi looked at me, wanting to continue the conversation. However, before she can speak, the speakers in the caf started up and announcement echoed through the canteen.
Miss Anderson, please come to the main office immediately. Please bring your things with you.
Oh my.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Looks like our plans have been cut short. The men in white coats have finally come to get you.
Suzu, don't joke around. What if it's serious?
Fine. If something happens, just call us.
Funny enough, something did happen. Certainly no laughing matter. Cold. It was really cold. The rain came heavier that afternoon. Accompanied by roaring thunder, now and then, the skies turned black, though I couldn't see anything under the black umbrella. In fact, I was looking where the exact opposite of what I wanted to do. I stared at the grass beneath my feet, unable to look up at the people weeping around me. All I could see was damp grass underneath my feet. Only monotone eulogies floated through my ears, reminding me that I was at a funeral. It was only when the speeches ended that I finally able to raise my head. A small gathering of people, mostly of relatives that I didn't even know I was related to me, were huddled around a simple small grave. For a while, all I heard was the sound of raindrops on umbrellas. If it wasn't raining, everything would probably be heavy silence. I looked beside me where my father was standing and holding up a large umbrella for our small family of 3. His face was emotionless. Strange sight to see next to my weeping mother. I wondered what was going on through his mind. After all, embedded in the smooth gray tombstone before us was his father's name. My grandfather, the one who raised me like his own daughter, had passed away that day. The ceremony was small. Only close family were allowed to come. Slowly, though, people began to leave, leaving my father, mother, and me behind at the grave. A man dressed in a clean black suit under a uniform black umbrella of the funeral attendees walked toward us, introducing himself as grandfather's lawyer. He pulled a few documents from his suitcase and began to read out loud of the contents.
And now, I shall read Harold Anderson's last will and testament.
Only my parents and I were allowed to be present for my grandfather's will. It was under strict request of his lawyer, and there was a reason why.
And to my dearest granddaughter, I give my estate. All the furniture and decor that resides within the house shall also be given to my granddaughter.
So I'm getting a house. What? I couldn't believe my ears. I had earned the family estate at 18? What is this? It's impossible. And yet, it was written by my own grandfather's hand.
He passed the family estate to her? Why am I not surprised?
Oh, Father, are you jealous?
Dear.
Well, did he say anything about what will become of the CEO and chairman position of the Anderson Toys Company?
No. It is presumed that the vice chairman will succeed the position.
Even to the bitter end he wouldn't give in. What a stubborn old man.
Stroking his head, my father turned to face my mother with a serious expression on his face.
About the estate. Should we send her there to get used to the building? It'll be a good place for her to live after high school.
Are you sure we should?
And yet you guys are talking while I'm still like I'm not here even though I am.
Why not? This would be a good experience for her.
Guys, right here. See me? Your daughter, right here. Tell me what the heck's going on here.
Honey, what do you think?
At least my mother seems to care about my feelings. I wasn't really sure what to say. Why did my grandfather think I was the appropriate heir to the mansion? Was I even ready to live on my own?
Well, that seems to be it. We'll be taking our leave now. I'm sure the little heiress needs some time to adjust.
Eve, someone sully.
David!
Even though she raised her voice, my dad willingly began walking back to the car, disinterested.
Don't mind him, honey. I think that your grandfather's passing really affected him. Why don't we get back home for now?
You go on ahead to the car, Mom. I think I'm gonna need some alone time with Grandpa.
Oh, of course. Take all the time you need.
She gave me a quick hug and hurried after my dad. I looked around the funeral grounds, which was completely empty, save for a sullen-looking grave that was laid in front of me. I'm sure that if Grandpa were in charge of arranging all this, it would be so much different. It was brutally obvious that my dad was in charge of the whole event. Who else would bury their own family on the same day they passed away? Everyone knew my grandfather's love for toys. and yet the grave was merely a stone slab of ground, void of children's toys. My dad didn't even bother to put any flowers. His disdain for my grandfather was pitiful. Sorry, Grandpa. I tried to force out some words, but the only thing that came out was a choked sob. You told me to stay strong, but right now I'm furthest from it. Like that one time, a long time ago. Alright, I'm gonna stop here. I hope you enjoyed, and yes, so this episode, I'll do the second episode soon, and the second episode will probably be up same time as this, because instead of just having one episode for the same thing happen again. So basically, when the new episode happens, episode 3 should be out as well when 1 and 2 are done. So yeah, anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and until we meet again, goodbye!